Okay, hang on just a second. All right, so we're on the record. And we're on Zoom, or we're on YouTube. That's what I'm trying to say. So what page are we talking about, Mr. Marufo?
Judge, we're on page 16, Judge.
16, got it.
Top of page 16, Judge.
Okay, so this is 2022-0D02791, State versus Christopher Brian Soto. Mr. Aboud, this is your final hearing plea deadline, so go ahead, sir.
Your Honor, I'm just requesting a continuance for the simple reason of a competency hearing on the defendant.
Okay, Ms. Elizalde, what's the state's position on continuing this case for a comp hearing?
Your Honor, we do not object to that.
Okay, how long, well, do you have any idea how long you need a continuance for, Mr. Aboud?
At least a month. One month,
Okay, 30 days?
that'll be fine, yes.
Also known as 30 days. Okay, Ms. Elizalde, is that satisfactory with the state?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Okay, and I was listening before I turned off my mute and my stop video. So is my understanding that Mr. Aboud has not filed a motion for a competency hearing yet? Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge, but it'll be filed today.
Okay. All right, I'm going to give you a deadline on that, Mr. Aboud.
Okay,
Today's Tuesday. If you say it's going to be filed today, I take you at your word, but I'm going to give you till Thursday.
okay. I will get it done by then. I'll get it done today, but okay.
All right. Anything further on this case, or do you have anything else, Mr. Aboud?
I don't know, ask Mr. Barufo, do I have another one?
No, sir, Mr. Wood. That was the last one you had for this morning.
That's it, Judge.
All right. Have a good week.
You do the same. Thank you, Judge.
Staying on page 16, Judge, bottom of page 16,
Yes.
in cause number 2022-0D02684, State of Texas versus Patrick Darrell Tillman. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Mr. Macias, that's you.
Francisco F. Macias for Mr. Tillman. And we are looking for Mr. Tillman, my investigator and I. He left the, I think they put him in some sort of center, and then he absconded from there. And so we haven't had contact with him since then. We're looking for him. I mean, I think he pleads to 1 day and he has credit for 1 day. So, but, you know, I haven't seen him.
Okay. I'll hear from the state.
Judge, and this is set, I believe, for Friday. The rec right now is a 3 TDC rec. He does have a prior pen trip, but we can't find him. I would respectfully ask this court to, I don't know if the court is willing to give him till Thursday to find him, but at this point, it doesn't look like we're going on Friday. That's my
Okay.
perspective.
Nope, doesn't sound like it. If you don't have a defendant in touch with his attorney, you're going to have a hard time.
So,
And I am going to trial this Friday in Patrick Garcia's court, I hope. I'm number 3, but I would expect a song and dance from the two of them that are ahead of me, asking for a continuance. And but I'm ready to go with my client for Friday's trial.
Okay, not here, though, in Judge Garcia's court.
In Judge Garcia's court. Absolutely. Your Honor.
Okay, I don't know what Judge Perez's policy is in this situation. Mr. Marufo, can you help me with that?
The judge made some notes, Judge Larson, that, this is the first setting, she would entertain a motion for a continuance on that.
Okay, so Mr. Macias, are you requesting a continuance?
Yes, ma'am, and I'll do that in writing today.
If you would, please. Ms. Elizalde, is the state opposed or what's the position? I'm sorry, I stepped on you.
I'm not opposed, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Macias, I'm sitting for Judge Perez this week, so if you would get that in, I'd be happy to sign off on it for you.
I appreciate it, Your Honor. Thank you very much. I'll get it to you today. And may I be excused? That's the end of my today. You all be safe. Can I go?
It's okay with me. Let's check with Mr. Marufo, make sure you don't have anything else that we didn't notice.
That's the last case he had, Judge.
Judge Marufo, can I speak?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Macias.
On page 17, Judge, in cause number 2020-0D05170, State of Texas versus Joshua Abraham Munoz. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Good morning, Teresa Caballero on behalf of Mr. Munoz, and he is present, Your Honor. He's right behind me.
Good morning, Ms. Caballero.
Good morning.
Okay, so this is scheduled for a final pretrial plea deadline. Ms. Caballero, what's your position on this?
I'm sorry, was the question to me?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I heard Miss Carrillo. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm speaking too quickly. Ms. Caballero, do you have a
Okay.
position? I am assuming this is scheduled for trial probably Friday. Is that correct?
No, we don't have a trial date, Your Honor, as far as
I see. All right. Well, you're going to have to fill me in then. Oh, yeah, it says right here on the docket, need trial date. Okay.
we're
So-
not interested in the offer.
Okay, that's probably what I should have asked you in the first place. So you need a trial date.
Yes, Your Honor.
And what's the state's position?
Judge, it was my understanding we were just gonna set a trial date, so I'm just interested to see exactly when the court is going to have that. Ms. Myrna, I see you just joined us. What kind of dates is the court looking at for a trial?
Mr. Clarkson, we have September 15th available for trial.
Myrna, can you hold on 1 second while we check our calendar? I'm very loaded on trials, I think up until
Of course.
October. Yoli's checking right now. Bear with us. September 15th is good. Let me ask one question. Nothing before and nothing the week after?
I don't have anything the week before or after.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. That be okay, Judge?
Yeah, it's fine with me. I'll be in South Africa, but
And
that's not relevant to anybody.
we could just make sure we have enough panels on that one.
We would actually start on the 14th. on that
Okay.
What day is the 14th?
September the 14th, Thursday, Ms. Caballero.
Thursday. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Caballero.
Bye-bye.
Judge, the next one is on page 14, Judge. Top of page 14. In cause number 2022-0D01299, State of Texas versus Mike Nami. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state is ready.
David Hills on behalf of Mr. Nami, ready, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hillis, I'm assuming you've had a plea offer from the state. What's your client's position on that?
Well, I sent another email yesterday to see if we could get some probation here, Your Honor. And I'm not sure Ms. Elizalde saw it.
I did look at it. So my recollection is that you were gonna send me some paperwork showing he couldn't, or that he could no longer be involved with this type of transaction that's leading him to this court. But
Yeah, I think I attached it. Maybe not. I can send that over to you right now.
go ahead. And what I will tell you is that I'm very hesitant to give it, just because I am not surprised at all that he is good on probation, right? This is the type of crime that he's done it before. He did it again, knowing very well what he was doing. And that's why the current rec right now is prison. Now, I'm not exactly sure on probation. I think I can move from the 6 months. Send me whatever you have, any attachments, and I'll review them today and follow up today, considering we're set for trial Friday.
Okay. And Your Honor, on that, I would request for continuance because Mr. Nami brought me some possible exculpatory evidence that I need to explore, Your Honor.
What's the position of the state on a continuance?
I'm not opposed to a continuance, so he can review that.
And how long do you need, Mr. Hillis?
Probably 30 days, Your Honor.
Okay, can we get a written motion for continuance?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll grant a 30-day continuance. From what I've been learning this morning, it sounds like it's probably not going to get set within the next month or two. Is that correct, Mr. Marufo? If this setting is continued?
All right, Judge, this is the second setting. The judge granted a continuance back on February the 21st. So see if they could work it out. So 30 days in is not out of the question, Judge.
I do want to represent, it is attached. I hadn't noticed it, but I don't know when I got it. I haven't had time to review it. Either way, Judge, me and Mr. Hills will be in contact and see if we can resolve it as soon as possible and contact the court if we work it out.
All right, so if you would submit the written motion for continuance, Mr. Hillis, based on 30 days, which is granted at this point, and good luck with your exploring exculpatory evidence and
Okay.
the option of a plea bargain. So
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
thank you.
Good to see you.
You too.
May I be excused?
You may.
Thank you.
Well, let me check just real quickly. Mr. Marufo, is this the only thing Mr. Hillis had?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, yes, you are excused. Thank you very much. Good to see you, Mr. Hillis.
Good to see you.
Bottom of page 15, Judge. Because
Yes.
number 2023-0D00984 and 2022-0D02584, State of Texas versus Sui Monique Rangel. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state is ready and covering for BPU.
Todd Dunham for Miss Zooey Rangel. Ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. So, Mr. Dunham, I assume that you've received a offer from the state. What is your client's position on that at this time?
Yes, ma'am. We have accepted the offer. We are expecting to sign plea documents tomorrow morning. Then hopefully plea to a probation term on Friday. She's currently in custody, so we're pushing to get her pled as soon as possible, Your Honor.
Okay.
Papers have been sent, Judge, so this one should be once everything's signed, Mr. Marufo will get plea paperwork. And set a
We're
hearing.
just hoping the jail follows through on the jail call tomorrow morning, but barring that, if I have to, I'll drive out there and we'll set up a contact visit to do that.
Okay, so Mr. Marufo, is it possible to schedule a plea for Friday?
Judge, the judge Perez usually does the in-person pleas on Thursday. If they're scheduled for a final plea deadline today, the plea would be on Thursday, and we would bring the defendant in person from the jail.
Mr. Dunham, does that give you enough time?
Is that in the morning, Mr. Marufo?
Yes, sir. It would be at 11 a.m.
I can do that. I'll make that happen. I don't want Ms. Rangel sitting in custody any longer.
Okay,
All right, anything else? There are two cases, correct?
yes,
Anything else on these two cases?
not from the state.
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
All right, well, we will at least tentatively schedule this for a plea on Thursday morning at 11. And please just keep the court informed if that's not going to happen.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. And
Thank you.
Mr. Dunham, if you had nothing else, you're excused.
Thank you, ma'am.
Judge, staying on page 15, top of page 15. In cause number 2022-0D00358 and 2022-0D00481, State of Texas versus Sergio Quesada. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Rick Hoffman on behalf of Mr. Casella, we are ready.
Okay, so Mr. Huffman, I'm assuming that you have received an offer from the state in these two cases. Is that correct? And what is your client's position on those?
We have received an offer and I have conveyed that to my clients and we have rejected that offer, Your Honor.
All right, so are you scheduled for trial?
We are.
And are you ready?
Judge, it's my understanding that the state has not subpoenaed the complaining witness in this case, at least as of yet. But we're just kind of waiting around to see what happens with that.
Okay, so let's hear from the state. Ms. Elizalde, what's the state's position on these two cases?
Judge, we've had contact, subpoena will go out. And at this point, I don't have any information to say otherwise, so I'm gonna announce ready, subject to, of course, any unforeseen circumstances. But we have had contact before, nothing indicating she will not show up for trial.
And is this one scheduled for Friday?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll note that, and both parties have announced. Mr. Huffman didn't exactly announce ready, but I'm going to assume that that was basically an announcement of ready. Is that correct, Mr. Huffman?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right. Okay, anything else on these two cases?
No, Your Honor.
And Judge, that might change. We might, it kind of all depends on whether or not the prosecution is going to subpoena the witness. And just to be honest with the court.
I mean, I am going to subpoena the witness, right? So that's gonna happen today.
Or get her subpoenaed.
Yeah, that's gonna happen today. But Judge, I will suggest, and I don't think Mr. Huffman's gonna have an issue with this. And Mr. Marufo, you can correct me if I'm wrong. If you would like to move this final plea deadline to Thursday, we can give the court an update before the trial. And I do know the judge has done it before.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Okay, can we make that happen, Mr. Marufo?
Yes, Judge, it can be reset for 11 o'clock in the morning in person.
I'll have my client present.
Very good. And if you had nothing else, Mr. Huffman, you're excused.
I've got a few, Judge. Thank you.
Okay.
Bottom of page 14, Judge. In cause number 2018-0D01463, State of Texas versus Laura Nevares. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Rick Huffman on behalf of Ms. Nevares, we are ready.
All right, so same inquiry, Mr. Huffman. Have you had a plea offer and what is your client's position on that offer?
So Judge, the plea offer is been a class 4 dismissal and a clean UA. I assume my client was gonna do that, but she has not had an opportunity to do it. She, I guess, has been busy at work. I talked to her yesterday, Judge, and she still had not done it. And she said she was gonna get it done. But I talked to her, I called her this morning, and so I don't know if she did it last night. I was kind of hoping, Your Honor, for maybe a 30 days continuance. Because we're hoping that this case gets resolved without a trial. And I think the 30 days would give her plenty of time to do what she needs to do to get the case dismissed.
Okay, so all she has to do is have a clean UA.
Clean UA and I think 2 clean UAs and a class.
And a class, some kind of
Drug counseling.
substance abuse class.
Judge, can
Yes, let's hear from the state.
the judge, of course, within her power, can grant you 30 days. I, however, am not going to give you 30 days for this rec. She has had since 2022 on this rec to do it. And I don't understand why. Has she even done the drug course? I don't know if that's.
So she said she was gonna do it yesterday, but I don't know if she did it.
Okay, so, I'm sure the judge is gonna make a decision, and I'm not opposing a continuance, but I'm gonna tell you right now, she's a week from today to get that done. And I'll do this, I'll do one UA and the drug counseling course, and it's gotta be done by Tuesday, because 2022, I'm sorry, I'm not.
1 week from today.
Yeah. If the judge is inclined to grant the continuance, right? That's up to the
Well,
judge.
yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really inclined to grant a continuance. This is scheduled for Friday, is that right?
Yes, Judge.
Well, Mr. Huffman, I mean, I know that you will have only so much power over your clients, and you can't make them. Obviously, neither the state nor I nor Judge Perez nor you can make Ms. Navarez accept this deal, but sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And I'm also not terribly inclined to grant a continuance. I think Ms. Elizalde is being pretty generous in offering you until Tuesday to get this stuff done. I don't see how I can give your client the opportunity to get the class and the UA done before Tuesday unless I grant a continuance. So I'm kind of torn here.
How about we bring her in on Thursday, Judge?
Let's do that. That'll give her a day and a half, a day and a half, full day and a half to get things done. And let's bring her in on Thursday. Same time, Mr. Marufu, 11 o'clock.
Yes, Judge, in person.
So I'm going to deny the continuance at this time, and we'll hear what she's got to say. Well, we'll hear what you have to say on her behalf on Thursday. And with any luck, she will have finished those requirements, and we'll see what happens.
I got faith, Judge.
All right, I know that's maybe you haven't been a lawyer as long as I have. But I wish you luck.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Hoffman, we're still missing waivers on that.
On Nevada's?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, okay.
The next one, Judge, is on page 13, Judge. Second to the last on page 13, Judge. In cause number 2022-0D02637, State of Texas versus Zulema Lorena Bueno. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready, but I have some plea paperwork.
Rick Huffman, on behalf of Ms. Bueno, we are ready, and I have received that plea paperwork. Judge, we're hoping we could bring her in on Thursday to plea. She's got a time served rec. She did about 49 days in jail. And the state has agreed to offer that as a plea offer in this case. And we're accepting it, Judge. We just need to get her in. She does have a warrant. I think it's a PR bond, very recent PR bond violation warrant. But we've been in contact. She's just been waiting on the time to come in and do the plea.
Okay, so you want to reschedule this for a plea on Thursday?
That would work, Judge.
Ms. Elizalde, is that acceptable to the state?
Oh, yes, let's close it. Yes.
Can we make that happen, Mr. Marufo?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so we'll reschedule this for a plea on Thursday and we'll see you then.
Okay,
The next one is right below it, Judge. In cause number 2022-0D02619, State of Texas versus David Lee Hutcherson III. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Rick Huffman on behalf of Mr. Hutcherson. We're ready, Your Honor.
Okay, and state's position on this case?
Judge, the rec has been 5 TDC. I think I sent an email to council kind of requesting an update, but I didn't get one, and I'm not sure where we're at this point.
Sorry, Eliana. Judge, my client's been checking in with PR Bond. He's homeless, and I've had difficulty communicating with him, but he has been around. I don't think he reported this week, but he's been doing pretty well about reporting. Just given the fact that I haven't been able to relay the offer, make a counter offer, even discuss the case, Judge, I'd like to file a motion for continuance on these cases. And
Does he have more than one case? You said these cases.
I believe so, Judge.
Unless they're misdemeanors, I only see one.
There's only one on the docket today that I know of.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay,
Oh, Judge, this guy, I was mistaken. I was thinking of the other guy, McPherson, who's on the docket today. Hutcherson is actually in custody in Florida.
Oh, did you respond to my email?
Yeah, he's in custody. He's got like a probation violation case out there. And he's been in custody for quite some time. The bond company got off his bond, so there's a warrant. Yeah.
Until he resolves that, Judge, I'm not sure that there's much the state can do to get him at this point. So maybe if we could figure out what is happening in Florida, so we have a better understanding of when we can get him.
okay, has this case been set before?
Judge, I think this is the first trial setting.
No, Judge.
Okay, all right, so who's continuing? Is this a agreed motion is joint motion for continuance? Whose motion for continuance is this?
My position is that it's not a joint motion. I have no control over Florida. I don't think I would get him, given that it seems like it's pending. So once Mr. Huffman has some indication of what's happening, we can figure out, one, whether we're even going to move forward here, depending on resolution over there. So I guess my position, Joe, would be that I don't object to a continuance, but I do not believe it's the state continuance.
We have no problem with that, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Huffman, could you get me a written motion for continuance outlining that situation, and how long do you need? 30 days? Does that work?
Probably not. It's probably gonna be a while, but of that, I'm not sure, Judge. I do have contact with his lawyer out there, so, but I just don't think we're gonna see him back here in 30 days.
It doesn't sound like it.
He's been in for a while out there. Not quite sure what's going on.
Okay, how about 60? I just don't want this case to fall through the cracks. So I don't know, what does Judge Perez normally do in this kind of situation, Mr. Marufo? 30 days, longer?
I believe, that was a conversation Mr. Huffman had last time with the district attorney's office. They were trying to see, but there hasn't been any movement on it. So I needs to get moving.
All right, I'm gonna grant a 30-day continuance. And with any luck, you'll have something figured out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you.
The other ones are probation statuses on page 2, Judge. I don't know if Mr. Morales is there. I know he was in another Zoom meeting.
I'm back, Jose.
Thank you,
Which one are
sir.
we doing?
Top of page 2, Judge,
Yes.
and cause number 2021 0D0 2898 and 2022 0D0 3199, State of Texas versus Roberto Hernandez. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready, and we'll note that plea papers and STIPs have been sent.
Good morning, Your Honor. Leonard Morales on behalf of Mr. Hernandez. And Judge, I did communicate those offers to my client. He's been reluctant to sign off on anything at this point. I know he has also a probation revocation along with this. He's either holding out for a better offer, or we may have to go to trial on the primary cases. I know that the probation cases are still pending. However, at this point, he's not signing off. There has been a non-pros also submitted on the primary case, Judge.
Okay, is this scheduled for trial on Friday?
It is not, Your Honor.
Does he have a trial setting?
I believe that's May 31st, Judge.
Okay, well, nobody can, I don't know what the offer is, but nobody can do anything if he doesn't want to take it except try the case. Is the state, let me hear the state's position on, there are two cases. One is a probation, is it a revocation or the docket just says probation status hearing. I don't know if that means
Right.
a revocation motion has been filed or not.
A motion has been filed. The new case also is on the docket. The state's position at this point is 5 TDC, and I'll tell you, Judge, from my recollection of the last hearing with the Judge Perez was in agreement with the 5 TDC on the probation case. My recollection is that plea papers at that point were requested, so it kind of seems like I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board. But it might be a trial case because I do believe with the conversation with Judge Perez was that TDC is what she was expecting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not inaccurate, Judge. I think we're at that point now. Either my client's going to accept the recommendation, or we're going to have to try it, which I don't necessarily have a problem with. But I guess we can take it up. I'm not sure if Jose can confirm this. I think we have another status May 2nd or May 5th, something like that. Is that right, Jose?
Believe so. Let me check real quick.
Okay, so we do have another status May 2nd, and jury trial for the new case is set May 5th.
I think that's right. Although right now, I'll tell you, Eliana, I'm in the middle of individual selections on that death penalty case out of Criminal District Court 1. So I'm going to be tied up for several weeks. We're on one of our break days because the judge is out today. So otherwise we'd be back in individual voir dire.
Okay.
I'm expecting we'll still be ongoing at that time, although I'm not sure.
So likely a continuance will be filed.
Yeah, likely, yes.
Okay, thanks for
I'll know better as we get closer.
Okay, sounds good, Judge. I don't know that there's anything else we can do on this one for now.
Yeah, and I don't want to put it off too much longer, Judge. My client's been in custody for a while, so either we're going to resolve it one way or the other. So that's where we are.
Right, it says 241 days on the docket, so
Mhm.
that is quite a while.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I thought we had it worked out, but apparently not. So I have no problem going to trial, Judge. We just need to find a time when we can do it.
Sounds like you're busy.
Busy enough. Good, Judge.
All right, anything else on these two cases?
No, Judge.
Not from defense, Judge.
All right, so I agree that doesn't sound like there's much more we can do on these today. If you're gonna need to reschedule something, of course, you need to talk to the court administrator.
Of course, Judge.
All right, thank you very much. You're
Very
excused.
good.
Unless you had something else, Mr. Morales. you're
I think I
excused.
do have a couple other things with you, Judge. So
Okay.
I'll hang on. I'll stand by.
Thanks.
Staying on page 2, Judge, bottom of page 2. And cause number 2020-0D00795 and 2022-0D03665, State of Texas versus Ebony Rebecca Martinez. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Rick Huffman on behalf of Ms. Martinez, we're ready, Your Honor.
Okay, so Mr. Huffman, same inquiry. Have you received a offer from the state, and what's your client's position on that offer?
Well, Your Honor.
Those offers, I should say. There's two cases.
So unfortunately, Judge, there's a warrant for a PR bond violation and another probation, I assume another probation violation, which is very disappointing. Miss Martinez is super young lady and she's super scared and she doesn't want to go to jail, so she's been a little hard to find lately.
Judge, if I may, right now the rec is jail. And I know Mr. Huffman was working hard to change that. But she got a warrant, not really helping her case. And unfortunately, I just don't think she's not set for trial this Friday. And there really isn't much we can do until she shows up, until she either contacts Mr. Huffman or gets picked up. That's kind of where we're at.
Okay, so Ms. Pineda, it looks like you have something you need to say.
Morning, Your Honor. I just wanted to update the court regarding her termination date for her probation case. That is approaching, will be on August 17, 2023. She does have a first amended motion filed dated November 3rd, 2022. I'm not sure if at this point there needs to be any other amended motions to be submitted from the state, but Ms. Martinez has not reported to the probation department as well as of early January of this year.
Okay, so you don't have any contact with her either right now?
No, ma'am. Judge, I could probably use a couple days and try to track her down. You know, I've got contact with her mom and stuff. But I don't know what, you know, if how we're gonna resolve this. I think it's gonna have to be, she's gonna have to get picked up somehow. I hope not, but I'll try to get her to turn herself in or something.
All right, so Ms. Elizalde, did you say that this is set for Friday or it's not set for Friday?
It is not set for Friday, Judge.
Okay, when is it set?
Hmm.
If it is?
Well, it's a new case. We should have settings already. If you'll just give me just a moment.
Got it up. We're set for trial May 5th.
Okay. Okay, well, it doesn't sound like, until you can convey the offer to your client, doesn't sound like there's too much we can do to move this along. Anybody else have any ideas?
Nope, just wait for Mr. Huffman to let us know when she decides to come back around.
do like maybe like a BHRTC type thing. I'll call you Miss Elizalde and I'll try to get a hold of her. Try to help
Okay.
her out. She just had a little baby and I don't know what's going on.
Well, I know because she
I'll
was
try it.
the child.
She's alleged to have been.
Yeah, the kid was young. Well,
Well, you maybe a character packet will help, but I will tell you that we need to talk about it with Judge Perez because I know
yeah, I know.
she's gonna decide what she's willing to take or not.
Yeah.
All right, do you need another pretrial setting before the trial?
No, I don't think so. If I get a hold of her and we work something out with Miss Elizalde, I'll let the court know and maybe we can set it.
So we just
Hopefully.
for now, Judge.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said.
I think we just carry on to our settings for now.
Okay, all right, Mr. Huffman, good luck with this one as well.
Thank you.
You have some homework.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Mr. Huffman, if you had nothing else, you're excused, but it seems like you probably have more.
I believe so, Judge. I just kind of wanted to, before I forgot, Judge, I wanted to let Mr. Marufo know that Zulema Bueno was picked up on the warrant, so she's in custody. So I was hoping the court could bring her on Thursday. She just, I think, got arrested today or yesterday.
Yeah, yes, she got arrested yesterday. The clerk just informed me. So
Oh.
we'll bring her over.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. I'll wait around, Judge.
Thank you.
The final probation status, Judge, is in the bottom of page 12, Judge. In cause number 2022-0D03253 and 2020-0D03371 and 2023-0D00814, State of Texas versus Jason Franklin Zamora. Announcement of council, please.
Eliana Elizalde for the state. State is ready.
Judge, and as far as a defense counsel, I reached out to the Parra law firm. They say they haven't been reassigned to Mr. Zamora's case hearings.
Okay, so I see that Mr. Gondra is also listed as counsel in that third case.
I reached out to him, Judge, and I did not get an answer from his office this morning.
Okay, well, we can't go very far without defense counsel, so let me ask the state, what's state's position on these three cases?
Judge, it looks like the 2023 cause number was actually, it might have been pre-existing. It's actually a 2020 offense date. My position right now is to revoke just because there's been non-reporting, but I just have to discuss that with defense counsel and see where we go from there.
Okay, so that's the 2020 cause number,
Well, no, so the new one, the 2023 cause number
right?
actually has an offense date of 2020. So
Right, okay, I see that.
the real issue is the non-reporting.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you because I think the real issue is to get defense counsel assigned to these cases. So,
Okay, I agree with that, Judge, I do.
so that's step one. So I don't think we can go any farther with these three until we get defense counsel assigned. I'm assuming that Mr. Zamora is not in a position to hire counsel, is that correct? Does anybody know?
There's outstanding warrants for him, Judge.
Okay. Okay. So I guess we just need to reschedule this when someone is assigned to the cases. So Mr. Gondra retired, I thought? Is he back in private practice now?
Yes, Judge. He's in
Okay.
private practice.
All right. I'm kind of out of the loop these days, so I need to catch up.